Welcome to the stream where I am hand coding a text editor um, using JavaScript um, or actually TypeScript. Um, so um, had already built a kind of a text box thing for my whiteboard app, but um, I wanted a separate library. I wanted to separate it from the whiteboard, and so this is how it um, is in the whiteboarding app. Okay, and you can do is it can wrap text. These are this is one of the features. You can see that there's some issues here, like why is this getting wrapped even though there is enough space for the hey part. It should not get wrapped. Yeah, so the first line there is some issue, and yeah, I mean anyway, other than that, you can set the font size so it supports rich text formatting, so you can do all those things here that the HTML canvas API supports, right? So good this italic, and yeah, you can even type emojis, like paste emojis. Typing emojis is not possible right now because it does not support the emoji keyboard or the on-screen keyboard support that is there. And when you're typing, like for example, if I'm typing here and I press Control Command Space, I see this on-screen emoji keyboard, right? Or not just emojis, but like special characters that cannot be typed from a keyboard. All these come here. So I could just paste one of these here. For example, if there's, let's say it's this one, I type this like this, I can type it here, but I'm not able to type it there because the key is not on the keyboard, and the on-screen emoji keyboard does not a special character, non-keyboard character on-screen keyboard is not supported yet. So but I can still paste the Unicode character like this, right? So it supports all Unicode characters, even other languages. I could type in some other language like Japanese or Chinese, and it will support that, right? Why? And you can see also see that there is a bit of an issue with, okay, I can paste it, I like this, so all these things are working fine. There's functionality for navigating the text so I like, if I press option and key and arrow key, it navigates by word. If I triple click, it highlights the own line. If I single click, it highlights the word. So I had to do all of these things. I had to hand code these things, and yeah. So there is one more thing that is, okay, we cannot type the emojis. We can paste it, it can render it, but cannot type it from the virtual keyboard yet. Need to figure that out. um so sorry, it's just cough. Okay, so there was something that I was going to say and I forgot. Yeah, also there's like option up. Also, all these things I did not notice before in the text editor, but there are all these features in our text editors. Like if you like if you are here in the first line and you press down, where should where should the cursor be when you press down? It goes to the last character, right? So if it's here, where should it go? It should and because it's not, if it was monospace font, it would, it's just a basic grid, so there it's simple, so it should just go to the next to the below cell in the grid for that character. But if you don't have monospace characters, then you have what's called font kerneling, and you have to then calculate like where the text cursor will land, right, when you do this. There's also one more interesting thing, that if you're pressing, just entering more space here, what happens, like I noticed that some text editors handle it differently than others. Like if you're it's here it is breaking those spaces, like when it's overflowing, it's breaking those spaces. But if you go to the Notes app of Apple's Notes app, right, and you say, I hope there's no passwords here. I hope okay, let's yeah, so let me just make this smaller, make this notes so that it wraps easily. Don't have to type too much, right? So if I do this is fine, but see what happens when you reach the end of the line. I'm pressing space, but you can see that the text cursor is not moving. It stays at the same location, And if now I am, you know, I'm going to right, I go to the next character, I go left, I go back to that character, and now I'm pressing left, left, left. You see the cursor is not moving. Actually, it's going through each of those spaces that are not even visible, so they're like invisible spaces at the end of the line, which is, looks like a bug, to be honest. I did not want this in my text editor, so I did what Obsidian does. Like now I'm hitting backspace, so eventually it will, yeah, all the spaces will get removed. So I followed what Obsidian does, and Obsidian does what is you see here. When you hit space, it actually breaks the spaces, wraps the spaces instead of adding invisible spaces, which I think is just not right. Not sure how Word handles it, right? So if I go to docs.google.com, I'd like to see, or maybe even like keep Google keep. Let's see. I hope my passwords are safe. Okay, let me just delete this. No, don't need this. Okay, I think it's all fine. Let me see what happens when you reach the end of the line and you enter spaces here. What happens? Oh, yeah, as expected, but there is a slight lag for some reason when you space. And here I press the space, it did not move. Now it moves. I press the space, it does not move. So this is interesting. How? Yeah, I just hit backspace, it did not move. Now it moves. I hit backspace, it does not move. Now it moves. What is happening? I don't know what is happening here. Right, I am going to make a actually I should make a separate video about this text wrapping thing in all these different apps. Any other app I could, let's see how, maybe Quill.js. How does Quill.js do it? Let's see in the playground. Alright, so this is the nice. Like the way they have designed the API or the library. So, but I'm not sure how do you add some text here. Yeah, let me try Buffalo to see how's that. Anyway, and they give you the formatting bar above. You can add placeholder thing. Anyway, let's type something. Let me just make the font size bigger so that it's easier to see. So it's time for the litmus test. What does QuillJS do? QuillJS does what Apple Notes does for the wrapping. Interesting. Yeah, so it adds these invisible spaces at the end of the text editor. Weird. Who is like standardizing these things? Like, who is deciding how like spaces are going to be wrapped at the end? It's weird. Everybody is doing their own thing, kind of. Like, just Keep is just doing their own thing completely. Like, and I'm curious how Google Docs does it. Right, so I'll just choose heading 1, blah 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 blah. And if you go to the end of the line, let's see what happens. We start rapping. It's crazy. Like, what is going on, man? Like, everybody is doing their own damn thing. Like, what's going on? This is crazy. Like, I'm highlighting it and it's not highlighting. And now if I go, let's say I hit backspace here, it's not going to back to that line. That's weird. Now how many times do I have to backspace? The same number of times as I added a space. Yeah, so now it's like that. Right now, if I add a space in front of the line, it doesn't do anything. That is weird. It just gets wrapped. Like, Obsidian has figured this out. Like, Obsidian does this correctly. Like, this is just amazing. Yeah, so now if I go spaces, okay, there's some weird thing. Okay, so the thing is, you add some spaces, but the thing is, it does not wrap exactly around here. Like, okay, so let me just, I just want to document this thing. So, like, I'll hide this, close these tabs, right? So, Obsidian text wrapping at the space, text wrapping of spaces at the end, at the edge of of the page, right? So what what I want to show you guys what I want to show you guys is how different text editors are how different text editors wrap spaces at the edge of the page differently. So okay, let me just wrap spaces at the edge of the page. So hi hi, so I want to show you guys how different text editors handle spaces, wrapping of spaces at the edge of the page, right? So first of all, I'll show you in Obsidian, then I'll show you in Apple Notes, right? Or actually I'll yeah, Obsidian, Apple Notes, Keep, Google Keep, right, and Google Docs. Let's do these four. So let's go. So first of all, this is simple. For Obsidian, I'll just we are in Obsidian right now, and actually what Obsidian does is still intuitive, and it's kind of interesting. Like what should be the behavior of entering spaces at the edge of the page when you're wrapping text, right? What should it be ideally? So yeah, let me just type here. So I'm typing something, and words get wrapped just like that. You can see words getting wrapped. So instead of the lines extending till the edge, till the end and beyond the screen, it wraps. So wrapping, that is text wrapping basically. Now if you add spaces at the end, so there's a space between these two words, that is wrapping could be done at a character level also, but here it is being done at a word level, that is between spaces. So if there is a space between the words, it will wrap the next word to the next line. So this is how text wrapping is. Now let me add spaces at the end. So spaces is like special characters, like it's not a word, a word break. Words are separated by spaces. Now when you're doing, okay, I should call this word wrapping. Okay, so let me I want to actually, I'm going to edit this video, so I want to get this part, I should make this part perfect and like as short as possible. So okay, hi there, I'm hi there. Okay, how should I? Hi, I'm going to show you how different text editors handle wrapping of spaces at the edge of the page. So all of us have like all of us are use text editors Okay, let me. Hi, I'm going to show you. Hi, so have you noticed how word wrapping of spaces at the edge of the page work differently in different text editors? So I was really surprised that something like text editors, which are so ubiquitous, we use them every day, but actually they behave differently, um, and handle this special case of spaces differently, to be specific, right? So yeah, I thought this is interesting, so I wanted to share this. So this is how text editing works. This is a single line, it's not separate lines. Separate lines would look like this. So this is now a single line. You can see that Obsidian, we are in Obsidian, and it um okay. Hi there. I, um, hi there. Have you ever noticed how different text editors handle wrapping of spaces at the edge of the page differently? So I was really surprised to mm, see that even something, so